Albert. You can see players are sitting down right now and are ready to take your questions. As usual, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button so we can get to everyone's questions promptly. Jeremiah, I am bringing you off mute. Please go ahead and ask your question to kick us off.
Yeah, first off, congrats on a well played win. Just I guess what is it? What was the mentality going into this one, and how big is it to move up to second in the West?
Well, we were on an undefeated streak, so we knew this was going to be a tough test coming in here. We wanted to obviously keep that going into the play, take it into the playoffs, and create as much momentum as possible to go in. And this was a good test. Might have been the biggest test for us, and I think the biggest and the best response by us as well. You know, I mean, I think before the game as well, I said that to the guys that we did really well in Nashville, taking the crowd out of the game, and in Austin, I thought we did that as well. Today, when you walk out on that field in the beginning, you see what the stadium is capable of and the crowd is capable of. It can be difficult, and I think we did quite well again to eliminate the crowd for the most part. And guys played a fantastic match. I mean, this comes at the perfect time for us. It's a clean result at a difficult place, and we're taking all the confidence that we can get.
All right, next question. I'm going to go over to Jada Evans. Jada, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thanks. Y'all are the only team that congratulations on the win, first of all, and getting second, but y'all are the only team that were able to beat them twice this season. What do you think that you have that is able to, to give them so much trouble?
I think, both times that we played St. Louis this year, I felt like we played a really good game. It's not easy to play this kind of level every game for 34 games straight throughout the whole season. And I think we played them at the start of the season, for the first 9-10 games were really good, being number one, number two. And then we went through the rough spell, June, July, August. And then now we're, finding our form again. And like Steph said, we're on the, a longer unbeaten run. So, I mean, we want to play like this every game. Not every game will be like this. But yeah, this was a test, and we kind of treated it like a playoff game. These are the type of games, type of environments, road games that if you want to do something in the playoffs, you'll have to come to places like this and win. And I felt like this felt like a playoff game for us. So we're very happy with the result. We're very happy with the clean sheet, and we're very happy with the performance as well.
Reminder for media, if you have a question for either Albert or Steph, please go ahead and hit that raise hand function button. Next question will go over to Nico Moreno. Nico, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Question for Steph. Look, I know that you're all about the team succeeding and getting wins, but that's another clean sheet for you. How important is it for you to continue to perform when you know that you're in a contract year, in a club where you want to continue at, and that you're able to be part of what is going to be maybe a push to the playoffs on a very good win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I have to give credit to my teammates. It's a stat that falls on a goalkeeper, but it's a whole team effort, and I think we've really bought into it again these last 10-ish games or so, that we want to defend collectively and be very hard to get scored on, and it gives us a pretty good chance to get points out of games. What does it mean for me personally? I mean, I'm trying to showcase what I'm capable of, and if people are, or if there's teams that appreciate what I bring to a team, then that's great. Obviously, you have to do your talking on the field. I try to do what is asked of me with the Sounders. I'm trying to make this as long a season for us as possible, that we can collect hardware, because that's ultimately the only reason why any of us are here. And then we'll see about me personally, where I'm wanted and where I will play next.
All right, reminder, if you have a question, please hit that raise hand function button. I'm still seeing handsome original asker. So Jeremiah, if you have a follow-up, I'm going to go back to the top of the order here.
Yeah, Albert, that's your fifth goal of the season, but your second during this run, I believe. Does it feel like you're sort of hitting a level you're more accustomed to in terms of being involved in the offense and being a more attack minded position?
Yeah, I mean that's the position I think where I made kind of a name for myself in this league. But as I said, the first 10 games of the season, when we were playing really well as a team, I was kind of in a deeper position. And it's not about me scoring; it's about team doing well. And yes, if I can help the team with a goal, then that's good. But it's ultimately at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and I'm okay, playing a deeper role as long as it's good for the team. So there is multiple positions that I can play, and all those positions require different things, from me. So yeah, wherever the coach trusts me to play, then I play that role, and I try to do my best. But yeah, does it feel good to be a little bit more in the attack? Yes, it does.
Did I still see your hand raised? If you have a follow-up, go ahead and ask it.
Yes, thanks. I wanted to see if you guys could give an opinion about Reed Baker Whiting and his play today. And then also, it seemed like tempers were, kind of getting high there at the end, and wanted to see if there was anything you could share about some of the interaction that was going on at the end of the match.
Yeah, first about Reed, I think he did a fantastic job today. There's some learning things where he does a really good defensive play in the first half, and then wants to do almost a little too much. But that's that's totally fine. That's exactly the situations that you need young guys to be in, that they can make these experiences understand. Maybe that's a hot moment where we just need to clear the ball, but he's done exceptionally well, and I have all the time in the world for players like that are trying really hard and are working their butts off to do everything that they can to help the team, because we all make mistakes anyways. I made tons of mistakes today. Albert probably took a couple of wrong steps too, but in the end, it's how can you just try to give everything you have to the team, and Reed had a fantastic outing today. In terms of the tempers flaring, I'm the one furthest away from the whole shenanigans, but I think it's good. We have to make sure that we don't do anything stupid, but it's a testament to how frustrated we made the opponent today. Klaus had a pretty quiet night, and I think maybe that's why he was frustrated at the end there. But that means we did something well.
Nico, did you have a follow-up? I still see your hand up there.
Yes. Questions for Albert. How do you handle, or how do you take the fact that you may be taking the torch from a number 10 like Nicolas Odero, that has been the leader of this team for over the last 7.5 years? Does it feel like that you're taking the reins and you're like the next guy up at that position, or how do you handle that, or what do you feel about that?
I mean, last few games, maybe he started one, I started one. It was kind of one or the other. But you have to remember, the 34 games in a season, maybe 25 we played together on a field. So I wouldn't talk about passing the torch, because I think we've done a good job for the team and for the club, even when we played together. And even when you look last year at the success the team had in the Champions League, we played mostly games together. So yeah, I don't think this is about passing the torch. Of course, I want to do well when I play. He wants to do well when he plays. But we've shown together that we have played together, and we have played well together as well on the field. So yeah, I think. I think there is moments we'll play together. There's moments maybe it's better for the team that one plays and one doesn't. And we both want to play. We're both the types of players that want to be on the field and want to help the team by the performances, and then by the hard work, and by decisions on the ball and all this kind of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But team comes first before both of us.
Thank you.
All right.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nico. We'll take one or two more here and then get the guys out of here so they can catch the flight home. Jade, I see you have a follow-up. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to see y'all's early thought on playing Dallas, in the best of three opening round series. No, it's early, but that's who you're gonna face.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it's playoffs. Anything can happen. We've had our success just sneaking into the playoffs and winning it all the way, going all the way and winning it in 16. So, it's nice to put yourself in positions where maybe you have a higher seed and you can have more of an advantage when it comes to where you're playing those games. But in the end, anybody can win, and you cannot take any opponent lightly. I mean, we've played Dallas. We know what they're capable of. They have a good squad. I think they have a good goalkeeper. They have some very skillful players that they like to play. They like to possess. They like to play good football. And I think they're quite well organized too. So they have a strong identity, and they're gonna be tough to beat because that's exactly what they're going to be looking at. They did the job to get into the playoffs. And now it's bonus round. They're going to go out and try to put us in the pressure and move on. So it's going to be difficult. We have all the respect that they for that team, and we'll look at footage. We'll look at our footage. We'll look at their footage. We'll make sure we're prepared. But it's going to be tough.
Jeremiah, I'll go to you for the last one.
I guess if you could just really quickly speak about what a win like this does for the state of mind of the team, just to go into the playoffs, like you said, playing maybe your best game of the season.
This was the best game of the season. Yeah, I don't know if this was our best game of the season, but it was definitely one of the better games we played. And it was on the road, and I think we played quite a few games this year on the road that we played really well. And I think when finishing second and now hosting the first game, I feel like it's kind of time to bring this form and these kind of performances and results also to Lumen Field. If I look at the table now, when we finished 3 points behind St. Louis, and I look at how many games at home we tied where we were dominating, for example, Vancouver, and we just couldn't find that goal. Maybe 3-4 more points were easier to collect than we think, and we could have been number one. So it goes to show that every game is important throughout the regular season, and once you start running out of games, there's less points you can collect. But this is now playoff time, and as Steph said, anything happens in playoffs. There is an upset in playoffs every year since I've been in the league. But we're going to make sure that we prepare, and we're not going to be one of those teams, who's upset by a lower seed. But this is playoffs, and Dallas just won 4-1 tonight, just as we won here. So they probably played a good game as well. To win 4-1 at Galaxy is also not easy. So they'll be full of confidence, and they'll kind of look at it as nothing to lose. So yeah, we have to be really, really, aware and give the other team credit as well and respect that they deserve. But we want to bring ultimately these kind of performances like